Hello, Internet. Brandon here.
With Jimmy.
And I don't know what news this is. This is because nobody asked for it. We have an update on the Snyderverse.
It's getting harder and harder to defend him. And it's not that I love him, but I like his ingenuity and the things he tackles.
Did he say this while talking about the Rebel Moon 2 or whatever?
Yes. Maybe that's the problem. Idiots want to ask him questions, so the press...
But he keeps answering them because he's like, yeah, ask me about Justice League.
So we are officially done with the DCEU. Like, everything's done. Gunn is in charge. They're filming.
The Snyderverse is done.
It's done, 100%. So what happened?
So somebody asked him, hey, I believe when the first Rebel Moon came out, someone was like, hey, what if Netflix bought the Snyderverse? And he's like, I would do it. Totally. Now they're asking, what if he would do an animated sequel to
Justice League 2?
But it's like, you're not with the company anymore. They're not giving you the okay to use this.
No.
Why? No. Like, and I guess he came out and he's like, I'd do it. And it's like, I don't know if he just keeps saying that. I feel like, here's the thing. Zach Snyder, I'm sure he's a great guy, and he's made some movies that are absolutely entertaining. Not going to discredit him on any of that. I just don't think his Justice League was good. I don't think this talk behind it needs to continue.
I don't think he understood the characters. As weird as that sounds,
absolutely not. And I'll argue that
understand the world he was inheriting, and
he still comes out and he's like, Batman kills, get over it. It's like, no. That's the point of the character.
Not crossing.
It's the whole idea of Batman. Yeah. If Batman kills people, then he's just the Punisher.
And that's
which makes him a different character, which means you're not a fan of Batman, you're a fan of the Punisher, so go make a Punisher movie.
And that was our comment that, okay, if the Joker went into the Marvel Universe, he'd get wiped out in 2 seconds because so many people will kill him. But that's the problem in DC. Batman made this choice. He's not going to kill.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I
understand.
He could.
He's talked about it. He said he could. And it's like he's
One of my favorite comics is Joker is in the electric chair. And Batman has to defend him because he didn't do that crime.
He's like, look, I'm not.
He could have literally just not done anything and he would have died.
It's just so.
Yeah. And the part
and here's the thing, too. What are we talking about now? We're talking about shit that's never going to happen instead of his movie that he should be out focusing on.
Which, to be honest, Rebel Moon wasn't the greatest, but I enjoyed it. I like what he was trying to accomplish. Dude, it was entertaining. It was beautiful. And it was something new. And it was not Star Wars, which made me really happy.
Yeah. I mean, oh, my God. It's another thing.
That was a Star Wars movie? Oh, my God. I hate it.
I think he does better with original IP.
Yeah.
So just
Army of the Dead was so fun. So entertaining.
Make a superhero movie. Just pick your own. There's independent comics in every direction. You can start your own superhero universe if you want to.
Even Watchmen, which I know we have our opinions, but Watchmen, which is not rooted in, how do I say this gently, superheroes we know fondly, or we know for 80 years of continuity.
Well, yeah.
They're offshoots that were made so they wouldn't be these major characters at the time. That actually worked pretty good for him because nobody really knew those characters. They weren't as familiar with those characters.
My thing is, my favorite part about the comic book is you get to the end and there's a giant squid and it kind of takes you back and to realize that you're reading a comic book with comic book.
Which is where we differ because that was the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen. It belonged in Astro Boy.
No, stop.
It worked but not Watchmen.
In the book Watchmen, it works great. In the movie, I understand that it's not something that may translate well. But regardless, I still think Watchmen was a good ride, but it was another thing where it was just this unnecessarily violent thing. And it's just, I don't know what the deal is with the superheroes, they have to fight and they have to
Well, I think it worked in that one because what they were showing I
didn't mean to fight, they have to kill. And it's like, they don't.
But I think that also worked with the comic book adaptation.
Yeah.
In that it was just a dark time. I mean, Nixon, what was he, 4 or 5 time president? It was like,
at that point,
this is bad. Anywho. Justice League 2, the thing that gets me with the animation, one of the things I would like to see if DCEU continued would be the Aquaman that we know, to a lesser extent Batman, the Superman, meaning Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
These people that I enjoyed as these characters. If it's animated,
you lose it.
Literally, they're not in it, so
you lose it.
I have even less interest.
That's what I'm saying.
So who cares?
I don't know, man.
Although it would be funny if you made a black and white version of his animated Justice League 2.
Oh my God, no, we're please.
Or an extended cut. So now he's got animators working on a 4-hour cut of Justice League 2.
No. I don't know, man. I'm just wondering when people will stop.
Netflix has got to be loving this. Like, oh, we're going to sign him to all this stuff, but
people will watch it in hopes that, like, it's just like people don't understand how anything works, I guess. Like, I make another Justice League, and it's like, you don't own those characters. They're not your characters.
Maybe what they're hoping
not employed
is
with the company anymore.
The copyright on the original version of Superman will become public domain. And then Zack Snyder will
I think it's not far off from being public domain.
So we'll get the Winnie the Pooh version of Superman.
Zack Snyder's, I mean, I guess. Jesus.
Oh, that's what it'll be. It'll be a horror version of Superman. So what was that? Bright Light, or whatever was the James Gunn one? I can't remember. Whatever. So we'll get a horror film version of Superman.
2034.
So close.
Is when
so close.
Superman becomes public domain.
And pretty much.
Oh fuck! I bet he's got a calendar.
And the press will still be asking
crossing
Snyder
off
this
the day.
whole
and
time.
he's just 2033. He's gonna have like, I got a tease coming next year, and
then he'll have a slew like every year because then Batman will be coming up.
Stop this from
and then
happening.
Wonder Woman will be coming up, and then Green Lantern.
And when he's,
like,
and when he's 85, he'll be like, I'm gonna finish the Snyderverse. I don't know. There you go. There's your news.
I don't know. I love that.
There's your news.